Good evening and welcome to Image Builders Presents Conversations with Michael Carson. I'm your host, Michael Carson. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight on April 1st. No, this isn't a April Fool's joke, and we don't have jokers on tonight. We have a dynamic entrepreneur who's going to talk to us tonight about an excellent platform that you definitely want to listen and learn about and also take advantage of. Thank you for those of you that are watching me on YouTube. Please click that subscribe button and as well as that bell, and let people know that you're watching the show. Also, make sure that you tell others about it and encourage them to click the subscribe button. As I mentioned last show, we have a goal at the end of this month of April to have at least 500 subscribers. And if you've been watching the show since we launched in January and you haven't clicked the subscribe button, shame on you. But you still have time to do it so that you can get in on that number. If you're watching me by Facebook, please click the share button. Let others know that you're watching the show, and also click that like button. That helps us out as well. We just concluded Women's History Month. Thank you for all the sisters that support my show and who are doing a fantastic job in and around the country and in and around the globe. For those of you that are living in Georgia, I know you're wondering when are we going to talk about the elephant in the room, and that's that SB 202 bill, voter suppression bill. We're going to talk about it, and we're going to talk about it at length. So tune in for our upcoming shows as we discuss it. But without further ado, tonight I want to introduce you to someone who I met. Let me get him on the screen. Who I met through a mutual friend, and when he told me about his platform, I was like, we definitely have to get him on the show. It's none other than entrepreneur, business owner, chief vision officer. I like that title, Jason L. Warner. Thank you, Jason, so much for joining the show.
Michael and the audience, thank you guys. That was a great introduction. I'm humbled and I'm honored, and I'm honored to be on your show tonight.
Well, let's get to it, man. Tell everybody, who is Jason Warner. Give us a little bit about your story, your background. This show is about stories. This show is about encouraging and letting people know who you are. So let's start out with that.
So I'm Jason Warner. I'm a husband. I'm a father of 4. I live in South Fulton, Georgia. I'm originally from Miami, Florida. My background is marketing and PR. I just happen to be dangerous in tech, right?
Okay.
And in that space, we saw a problem. And that problem is the people that teach it generally haven't done it in real life.
Okay.
And the people that do it in real life are generally not qualified to teach it, right?
Right.
Gates and Zuckerberg are quote unquote not qualified to teach on a college campus. And one of the things that we saw was everybody has a resume. And that resume is 80 to 90% experience.
Right.
And we said, why can't we create a platform that focused on lived experience and not all that bureaucracy that is there, and allow people to own the vision of success? And
so
that's where it came about.
And thinking about creating a platform, how did you sell the vision, if you will, to yourself? Because I know, oftentimes we have ideas in our head and we want to get them out. We want to get the product out to the market. And so how did you sell yourself? How did you first believe in it?
So I don't think it wasn't really hard sell, right? So we actually started off with the Own the Vision Foundation, where we raise money in the community and give it right back in bulk. And one of the things that we saw a challenge was that it was challenging for people to even donate $1. Mm-hmm. And that pain point was, if you're not good at home, right, it's hard to seed back to your community, even if you want to see your community grow. So if you're not good at home, it's for a few reasons. You may not have the skill set or the access to. So for me, it was to solve a pain point for a community need. So if folks all around the country are having that community need, we have a $1.7 trillion student loan debt.
Right.
That's crazy to me, right? So it wasn't really about trying to sell myself. It was trying to solve a problem. Like I said, my background is marketing and PR, and I have an emphasis in crisis communication. So corporations have had me fix their fires. So this was just figuring out a solution to fix a fire for communities and everyday people, not only giving them the tools, access to the tools, but giving folks a platform to share, right? I know we talked at length and we talked about your background, right? The knowledge base of trademarking and that for business entities, many people don't understand it.
Right.
And you do it, right? It's one thing to go through a textbook and try to read something, right? But what happens with textbooks? They're written 8 to 10 years. They have to be peer reviewed and all those different things to get into that campus. You do it every single day. You know where the trends are shifting every single day. And that was, for me, it wasn't a tough sell. It was just solve a problem.
So talk about the foundation, because you said that this was something that was birthed out of it. So talk about the foundation and what is the foundation? Are you still operating the foundation? Or
so yes, we still operate we still operate the foundation. We don't have a heavy push in kind of marketing and advertising. The goal of the foundation, the Own the Vision Foundation, is to seed Black America. The OTV Academy is for all of the world. All right, for everyone can own their vision of success. You could think of the Own the Vision Foundation as like the United Way for Black people, where we raise money in bulk and give it right back, and to seed success to our communities and focus on education, on real estate, on small businesses, on legal, and on media, and nonprofit organizations. And those are the pillars that we help to seed. We were able to seed through a partnership with Young Black Entrepreneur magazine. We were able to seed a young person $5,000 at Clark Atlanta right before the pandemic hit. So we've been successful with some key partnerships and different things like that. But the real pain point came out of that, where people are still hurting. We're trying to figure it out. All right.
Right.
And it's hard to give when you don't have all the resources and your home is not taken care of.
So on your bio on the website, it talks about this being a tool as an equity bridge to close gaps. In your experience, was that along gender lines, class lines, or was it?
It's more along class,
lines?
right? It's more along class lines, right? So when you look at success, and I think there are two critical components to success: access and exposure. All right. Access plus exposure equals success. And if you don't have access to or exposed to, you never know what your limit is, right? So in some communities, if you never knew that you could open a business,
right,
like, is that an opportunity for you? And there's so many of us that don't know career fields, that don't know what these opportunities there. So if we give a tool for everyday people who do it every single day to share their lived experience, I think we open the door and we kind of disrupt education.
Okay. So have you, when you say disrupt education, have you had any pushback from, competitors or people in education? Was like, well, you just can't have who do you think you are to have a platform where just anybody can get on here and start, start teaching?
I've talked to some college professors and they say, well, accreditation weeds out. And I say, yeah, it does. It weeds out people that do it every single day.
Right.
And, I said, that's a barrier to entry. And unfortunately, the system is failing. I used to go back to, I'm a graduate of Florida A&M University undergrad for my undergrad degree. And I used to go back every single year and do a crash course, a marketing and PR crash course. The students were like, we're not prepared. Okay. I've done it at Florida A&M. I've done it at Emory. I've done it at Kennesaw State. I've done it at a number of schools around. And what we did was like a real world scenario to give them the tools, because like I said before, you have textbooks that were written years and years ago. And and this is, please don't take this as a knock at professors in higher education, but I would rather somebody who's changed brakes for the past 10 years change my brakes than a person that studied how to change brakes for the past 10 years. Yes, you have knowledge, but you don't have that applied knowledge. And unfortunately, if you're spending your life in academia, it's very challenging to go into the quote unquote real world, right? So, and I've had the pushback, but again, it just like this may not be for everyone, and that's okay.
Right.
There's billions of people on the planet, but I'll tell you what, there's 200 million Americans 21 and older that don't have a college degree, but have some amazing lived experiences.
Those are some startling numbers, and I know, when I was coming up, it was like, go to college, get a degree, go to work, learn a craft, and I kind of followed that path a little bit. I mean, I went to the military first, learned the craft, and came out of it that way. But a tool like this, I mean, when you talk about owning the vision, I'm thinking from a personal perspective, it's like, I mean, it gives me a platform to be creative. So talk about that. Talk about how that motivates creativity and get people to really start to think about the things that, one, they have the experience in, but also they're passionate about.
The funny thing is, and I talk about this all the time, I would rather you not focus on what you do for a living.
Okay.
Right. When you build courses on our platform, and we're online course community, so we give you the tools to create your online course. But the biggest thing is the things that you love to do that you could talk about without notes, right? My wife and I, we have a blended family. So I know that there's families all across this country and this world that are struggling with how do you balance that, right? That's our lived experience.
Yeah.
I mean, people that go fishing and love fishing, that's their lived experience. People that think about how many seniors don't know how to use this cell phone, right?
Yeah.
And they'll call you, hey, baby, can you tell me how to get on the Facebook and the tweeters? But there are young people that do it so effortlessly, and they can share and teach that. There's literally limitless opportunities of what you can share that you live every single day that people are dying for. Literally, there's 3.5 billion Google searches per day. That means that people are looking for information.
Yeah. YouTube too. I mean, YouTube has become from just changing something simple or doing something simple, I go to YouTube a lot to learn it from people because I'm visual like that.
Right.
So for those of us that are visual, like I'm a visual, like I need to kind of see the process. Is that an opportunity on OTV, or that's
the great part about the platform? The majority of our classes and instructors, we teach our instructors to push video content. No one wants to read your dissertation. Show me how to do it. Show me your lived experiences. And you brought up YouTube, which is great because, we tell people to, the same content that you will put on YouTube, monetize it. Think about it. If you're on YouTube, you have to hit 100,000 views before you get $5.
Right.
You can take that same video and monetize it today and charge 100,000 people $5. And it's up to someone else to show you or to pay you based off of how long somebody views that content. So for us, we were like, the folks that are on YouTube, the folks that are on Facebook, on Clubhouse, and they're pushing this really awesome content. Why don't you monetize it? Here's a platform so that you can do that. You have some amazing information that the world wants. And you're unfortunately, you have to beg the powers that be to make sure that you can get paid off of your lived experience. And we said, it's not fair. We're going to shake up the industry a little bit.
So let's crack the egg open. So I'm hearing you. I'm thinking about it. Well, I know I'm definitely going to have a course or two on the platform. But for people who are watching, they're thinking about it. They're like, okay, how do I get started? What do I do? In layman's terms, how do we get from point A to point B?
So we'll break it down very easy, and this is how the platform works. We charge a $15 a month technology fee, but we have a way around that as well. So for less than what you pay for Netflix, you can upload unlimited courses to our platform. You set your price for your course. We made it so easy is if you can send an email, copy a share link, you can do this. If you can use a cell phone, you can do this. We made it trackable so you can track your revenue. The other piece on that is we made it so that you can even earn money on someone else's courses because we gave you a shareable dashboard where you could share the information and earn off of Michael's course or earn off of Jason's course, right? So when I say it's an online course creation community, that's exactly what it is. There are other folks out there that offer a learning management platform and where people can create courses, but their claim to fame is you have to do everything yourself. And the cheapest one next to ours is $40 a month, and that's their base rate. The next one that many people see if you go on YouTube and or a lot of places for creators, I'm not going to say their name, but their base price is $150 a month. And they don't support you in the process. They'll give you some technical help, but you don't have a community of people sharing content together. And that's what makes us so special. So what we'll do is after show, we'll put a link. We're going to put Michael's link in the comment. So you know, folks can go to the OTV Academy, the Become an Instructor page. We have, you know, tutorials on that. We have free courses. We get you guys some free ebooks on building courses and your thoughts through that. Because again, a lot of times we think it's a big elephant. It doesn't have to be that. It's how do you do a podcast?
Yeah. No,
what platform do you use to do a podcast? That's
right.
Because so all these people that are watching, they're trying to figure out how to do this as well.
So we talk about, so I want to go back to, because the buzzword now is content creator. Like, I'm a content creator and I create, you know, and when you go to YouTube, when you go to Instagram, Facebook, it's like, they're not really creating anything. They're really just using a platform to maybe.
They're content creator, but the majority of content creators don't get paid for their content. Right. We're giving you the opportunity to get paid for your content right away. You don't have to hit this magical number to do that, right? You literally can post it, and if you push it, and I'll get a little deeper, right? If you push your content, you make 70% of the revenue for your content, right? You set the course price. So let's say your course is $100. So for even numbers, you market your course, you share it through your unique URL that we provide. That's $70 for the course. If you do nothing and just put it there, you get 50% of the course enrollment. And that's if we do all the marketing for it. Another instructor says, "Oh, Michael's course is super dope." They do the marketing for it. So if marketing is not your forte, all you're doing is putting the information up, right? And then, like I said earlier, right? If you like somebody's show, Michael, you liked Sarah's show or Robin's show who just popped up, right? Or course. You share hers, she gets 50%, you get 20% of the enrollment of that course, right? So it's a community, and it's helping people to get their content to the world. It's helping people to earn money in their sleep, because once you record your show and put it up, it's passive. It's not like you have to be there at 3:00 in the afternoon teaching a course. People take it at their own pace. It's mailbox money. Are we frozen?
Yeah, we were frozen for a little bit.
Okay. What I was saying is you don't have to, it's not like you have to do this at 3:00 in a class, right? You record your course and you post it and you make money in your sleep. It's what we call mailbox money. You're getting paid off the efforts of somebody else sharing. You can get paid off of somebody else's efforts that they created a course. We made it a community for that reason, because we want people all over the world to own their vision of success.
So how does OTV Academy make money, or is it not? Is it not about making money, but about providing a platform?
So it's both. We make money. This is a for-profit entity to make money. So, like
Okay.
I said, we do charge a $15 technology fee that covers a lot of our overhead. But of the course, like I said, this is either 50-50 or
Right.
70-30. So there is
Okay.
that 30% that is out there. If we're pushing through, our advertising channels, that's a 50-50 split. If we're not pushing, we still have a 30%. So there's a revenue share.
Okay.
Multiple platforms, any platform out there, there's either a revenue share or a super high monthly payment that you have to do, right? And you
Yeah.
don't get any help in that. And then the other platforms that are there, you get a percent. They kind of do it like YouTube. You get a
Mhm.
percentage of enrollment over the whole
Yeah.
platform, right?
Yeah.
So our goal was to make the instructor the top, because you're doing the work. You're creating the content. If you taught on a college campus, I don't care how good you are. If they have 1,000 people or 500, you're still going to get that
Still get
base
that.
salary. That base
Yeah.
salary. What we
Yeah.
said is, if I have 1,000 people, you should be paid based off 1,000 people.
Okay.
You should be able to own the rights and own the success of what you're pushing.
Right.
You're the content creator. So that's why we put the tools in your hands to be successful.
For those of you who are joining me right now, I'm speaking with Jason Warner, who's founder, owner, chief vision officer for Own the Vision Academy. This is an excellent platform. You definitely want to get in on this. If you have something that you want to share based on experiential learning, this is the platform that you should use. A little bit about something I saw on your site, and your site reads, "We don't tell our instructors how to teach. We only require that they provide real world examples to subject they practice daily." Do you have a team who vet the content and, kind of, or do you just let it breathe naturally? I mean,
So it's a little
sure
bit of
there's some
both.
things you don't
So
want.
so it's a little bit of both, right? So we do vet content. You publish it, and the community also vet your content, right? So
Okay.
just like anything else, you have a rating. Like you have Google ratings, you have student ratings. If
Okay.
your class is trash, you will know really quickly, right? And then
Right.
also, every course you have like an intro video where people can kind of see how your cadence is and different things like that. Because some people may think Jason's voice is horrible, and I do not want to listen to him for however long this short course or long course series is. And that's okay. And
Mhm.
also, what we also do, we vet and look at making sure that you're not stealing content. Once you sign up as an instructor, you agree that you don't have giving away proprietary information or copywritten information and different things like
Right.
that. And if you do, we, like the military says, that we'll disavow any knowledge of your existence. We'll take you right off, because we believe in being
Right.
above board, right?
Right.
We believe in giving people real information, because you and I tell people this all the time. I can give you everything,
Mhm.
every secret sauce. 90% of the people are not going to do it. 60% of the people are going to hire you to do what you just told them you can do. And that's why even in your dashboard, we have connectivity where you literally can put your website, your social media, all the ways for them to contact you. We want this to be a branding tool for everyone. Like this is for the community. This is for everyone to be able to own the vision of success. And that's why we're OTV Academy. Own the vision. What your vision of success is, own it. Go out and get it. And we want to give you the tools to be successful.
What if there's someone who's listening and they say, you know what, Dan, I don't really have a course. I don't have, I don't really have anything to say, but I want to invest in OTV Academy. Is that an opportunity for them to do that?
So we're looking at different opportunities that way. However, I'm so glad you said that. On April 16th, I have been selected to be in the inaugural pitch competition for Black Men's Venture. It's
congratulations.
Thank you. It's seeded from the Black Girls Venture organization that started a few years back, that was for Black women founders, and it was a safe space to help curate, to expose them, to prepare them. And they said, well, there's really no space for Black men. And this year they launched Black Men Ventures for Black men founders. And I was fortunate enough to be selected as a finalist. So on the 16th, I'll shoot you the information, but
yes, most definitely.
But it's community led and community driven pitch competition. So yes, we will be pitching to judges, but the winner is found by votes from the community. And votes are counted as a seed to the organization. So you pledge a minimum of $10 to the founder that you think is the best, and that's one vote. So not only do we are able to gain the prize money, but what the community seeds in there, that's also there. So no one loses, right? So
Excellent.
if my counterpart, raises X amount of dollars, but those X amount of dollars don't equate to the top number of votes, he still walks away with those X amount of dollars to help seed his organization, right? So I think it's a pretty dope concept, and I would love for all of us to support. But we're also, looking at ways for investors to come in and to grow. I don't have a rich uncle. I tell folks this story, right?
Right.
I grew up in Miami, Florida. So if anybody knows this guy named Jeff, right? He happens to be the richest man in the world. So Jeff went to the rival high school of me. He's a little older than I am, but he went to public school in Miami, Florida. He went to Miami Palmetto. I went to Miami Killian Senior High School. His stepfather gave him $300,000 to help start Amazon. That's the difference, right?
Right.
You hear the Facebook story. Zuckerberg's roommate's dad gave $5 million to help start Facebook.
Right.
You hear the story of success, but you don't see that. And, one of the things that we talk about all the time is we need those kickstarts. We need those investments to be able to get to market. And this is just for Black business in general, right? Right. We are a brand for everyone. We just don't have the benefit that everyone has. We don't get those angel investors that say, here's $500,000 to start up, and we're only asking for 2%. I had another tech startup some years ago, and an angel investor came and said, we love your company. We love what you're doing. We want to give you $11 million. I said, oh my God, for 80% of your company.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen to people that don't look like me. They say, oh, we'll give you this can we get 5%? So they have that head start and that upstart and that opportunity. And, part of Own the Vision, the total entity is being able to give people opportunities, a seed up, the seed change in our community. So we would love for folks to support. We would love for folks to become an instructor on the academy, because not only are you gaining passive income, you are empowering other people through your lived experiences that they would never have been exposed to. Because if you don't have that master's degree or a PhD in a specific area, you're not qualified to teach in that area. Like, I have an MBA in marketing. However, because I have a niche in crisis communication, if I don't have a crisis communication master degree program, I can't teach crisis communication. But I've bailed Coca-Cola, Delta Airlines, Emory University, all of these major brands out of these situations, right? So there's an opportunity to share, to empower communities all over the world, and earn money passively. Well,
and you know what? I wasn't even thinking about this until you mentioned that, because something additionally I did for almost 20 years was criminal justice reform at a local level. Yet I couldn't get anybody. I'm trying to get people to allow me to teach criminal justice and actually have a degree in criminal justice, but I'm trying to get them to allow me to teach criminal justice. And I'm like, okay. And I just thought about that when you said that. Are there free courses on that you guys offer as well?
There are a number of free courses.
Course.
Yeah, number of free courses. And again, going back to the cost, right? So your instructor, you set your course price.
Okay.
Right now we have a free exposure courses that it's free to anyone, but we're targeting high school and middle school students to expose them to career opportunities. Anybody can take it, sign up and take it. It's absolutely free. They're exposed to different career opportunities, so they're not just figuring it out. At the end of the day, right? They're being exposed to the past that these success makers have made. Like, if you want to be an architect, what does that look like, right? You want to be a scientist. What does that look like? If I don't know a scientist and I've never had the conversations with them or really know what they make and what their day-to-day life is, it's almost, this course is like Career Day on steroids, because we've had some targeted questions to these folks in their careers to really help a young person mark their trajectory and to know what they need to do based off of the roadmap that these successful folks took in that path.
So what's the youngest age you can be? I know the internet, you have to be 13 to technically to do anything on the internet, but how young can you be in OTV Academy to teach?
So you can be as young as you want to be. We would have to have a waiver signed by your parent, because you can't legally get into contracts with young people. But yeah, if it's a 6-year-old that has some dope lived experience, why not? Right? Share it. Have your parent go in there, connect your parents' payment. But again, it's any and everyone. I think the great part about it is being able to create a platform where people can monetize easily and share their content.
Most definitely. We are at the near the end of the show, but I wanted to ask you this final question, and then I'm gonna just close out, and then I'm gonna give you a minute or so just to have the closing word. How's the OTV platform, the Academy, impacted the Black community in your opinion, and what's next for you guys? Where do you see, besides the courses, how do you see it even elevating, further, going further?
So how's it impacting? It's given us a tool, right? So too often, many of us are, even to this day, first generation college students. I said before, there's 200 million adults that don't have a college degree in this country, but they have lived experiences. So this is a opportunity for our community specifically. We're not just Black targeted. However, for our community, specifically speaking about the Black community, it's an opportunity to share your experiences, to engage and get paid for your experiences in a passive way, right? Part of the challenge is we're trying to figure it out. The pandemic showed you that there's so many things that will kick you out of a job. This is a way to pandemic proof your life, because people are always looking to learn something and they will pay to learn. It's a $280 billion industry, the e-learning market. But even beyond that, this is an opportunity to actually grow some businesses by giving people the tools to success. So the courses and the people that are teaching it are exposing our community to the things that we never really had access to, because the people who do it every single day don't have those master's and PhD degrees. So for our community, and what I see moving forward, one of the things that has always been on our plan is to have a track of entrepreneurial track where we then seed that business after they've gone through the track of courses, a grant to grow. So that's OTV 2.0, but that's in the near future that we want to be seeding some organizations, because again,
did he freeze again? Oh, there you go.
I'm sorry.
Well, no, that's okay. It had froze again. This was some exciting information. I'm definitely going to stay plugged in. I'm going to go ahead and sign up and get my course or two. Now I think
or three, maybe. You got a couple.
You got unlimited.
You have unlimited.
Yeah, and most definitely. So we have a show on the 15th. So make sure you give me the information so that I can let everyone know about the 16th, so that they could plug in, and we'll plug it on the show the night before, so that we can let everyone know to make sure they tune in and your American Idol moment, and make sure make sure that we contribute to that. That's what this platform is about. That's what I envision this show is about, not just having a conversation, but promoting businesses such as yours. Tonight, you heard from Jason Warner, again, the CEO of Own the Vision Academy. It's an excellent opportunity for you to teach a course in your lived experiences, and make money and grow your brand and support our community. So that's what this is all about. That's what Conversation with Michael Carson is about, bringing you entrepreneurs and top-notch businesses that you can be involved with, that you can support. So tonight was no exception. So I'm excited about partnering with Jason, and what the future is going to hold. So I'm going to give him the last word. But before I go, again, make sure you join us. If you join us on YouTube, click that subscribe button. On Facebook, share. But also sit down tonight. Think about a course that you want to write, that something you might not have thought you can get paid for. Sit down, write it out, get it done. You can get it done. Go on their website. The information's on your screen. Go on there, see how you can participate, and give back in the way that you might not have thought that you were able to. So the last voice you hear before we sign off is of Jason Warner.
Again, thank you, Michael. I appreciate it. This has been amazing. For the community, again, we're the OTV Academy, so it's otvacademy.com. We're going to post some links after the show, a link to a free ebook. I'm going to give you a code for your first month free. And, part of that is just to engage with the platform. But this is about you. We literally hold your hand through the process. So you shoot us an email, info@OTV Academy. We're going to walk you through. We literally record some folks' courses. We were recording a course for an instructor the other day to help him to put his course together. So we're here to hold your hand. We are literally a community to help everyone earn from their lived experiences and finally own the vision of success. This is what it's about. It's about giving people the tools to be successful and to uplift their community. So I'm Jason Warner with the OTV Academy, www.otvacademy.com, info@OTV Academy. If you want to reach out to us, anything you need, we're here for you. And Michael, again, thank you, brother.
Thank you, brother, for joining me. Continued blessings, everyone. Hey, if you're on Instagram, we're about to hop on Instagram for a few minutes. That's Michael Carson Jr. on Instagram. Join us on Instagram where we'll discuss this a little bit further. But until then, continued blessings, and I'll see you guys next week.